Welcome back to Dreamin' Dragons. Is it a bud? Is it a plane? Nope, it's neither. It's early spring here and I was wandering around my garden doing the usual afternoon sticky beak when suddenly the sweet, sweet sight of what appears to be a bud caught my eye. But after 2 days of 24-hour surveillance, once again, Mother Nature has played a trick on me, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that has been fooled by the beautiful curves bulging from a branch's nodes. Today we're going to break down the roller coaster ride that is flower buds turning back into branches. Right here we have a normal new growth. As you can see, typical three-sided little pokey pointy thing, kind of like a mini branch. Here on the other hand is our little trickster, started off much more rounded and curved, like a flower bud, and over the following days has not bulged out, rather lengthened in a similar way to our branches, but with flowery traits. So this funky situation is something called floral reversion, which essentially means there's a switch from floral or flower development back to vegetative development. In other words, the plant starts developing a flower but changes its mind and turns back into a branch. This event is linked heavily to environmental conditions. It's most typically a response to conditions less preferable for inducing flowers. So, pretty much, if the weather is perfect for your plants to develop a flower bud, but you suddenly get hit by a few scorching hot, freezing cold, or monsoonally wet days, all of a sudden, your plant virtually says to itself, nope, not a good time for this, and changes it back to a branch. This reversion can also occur due to daylight hour changes. Rightio, so my flower changed back into a branch. Is this a bad thing? Well, it's not a flower, and it's not a fruit, which is a shame, but you're about to develop a cool new branch that will have half a dozen sides that will function the exact same as any other new branch, just with more nodes for new growth to develop from, or potential fruit, so that's a bit of a win. Here's one of mine that started off with half a dozen sides before deciding that it wanted to become normal again. These plants really do have a mind of their own. Also, if you've enjoyed or found this video interesting, please drop me a like as well as subscribing to my channel. It'll do wonders to help spread my content to the wider dragon fruiting community, plus will help you keep up to date with all the dragon fruity goodness we have going on here. Cheers guys!